Well, everybody, and welcome once again to Lightning TV, brought to you, of course, in association with mjdphoto.biz. Quarter-final playoff weekend, of course, double-header against the Slough Jets. Now, it was at the Hangar on Saturday night and home here at the Thunderdome on the Sunday night. Absolutely rocking atmosphere here at the Thunderdome on Sunday, as it was the last Lightning game before the refurbishment, and Lightning, of course, moved to Coventry for next season. On Saturday night, it was Lightning that ran out winners 4-2, but on Sunday night, it was all Slough. They came away with a 2-0 win. It went into overtime with captain Adam Carr scoring the game-winning goal 8 seconds in the overtime. Of course, that means Lightning go to Coventry next weekend. After that game, obviously I caught up with a couple of overjoyed Lightning guys. You didn't want to make that look too easy for the fans, did you?
No. We'll all, if you ask all the lads, we'll all say that we're making it entertaining for the fans, and that's how we wanted to win it. But in all end, we sat back a little bit. We came out fairly hard, but you could see we had a little bit of edge to us, and we didn't really want to give away the 2-goal lead rather than going and adding to the 2-goal lead. But at the end of the day, we've won the game. So.
It was fairly obvious from the outset that Slough, they had to come out and they had to chase the game, and the sort of the style that they play anyway, even going on last night on Saturday night, they come out and they force the game, don't they? And they actually play better away from home than they do at home.
Yeah, I mean, when you're playing away from home, you know, as players, the pressure's off a little bit because you're away from home and you're in another team's rink, and you don't have to be pretty, you just got to grind out wins. And with them being 2 goals down as well, they had, you know, nothing to lose, so they came out hard. We didn't match them for the first few shifts, but I thought we picked it up and we ground out the win ourselves.
It certainly turned into a little bit of an ugly game, but you know there is the old cliche there, isn't it? Every now and again you have to win ugly, and you know it was tight going into that last 10 minutes. Neither team wanted to. You could see it was playing so cagey. Neither team wanted to give anything away.
Yeah, I mean it's playoff hockey. It's 9 times out of 10 it's not going to be a pretty game. Teams are in there, don't want to give anything away, but everyone wants to win and everyone's battling hard, and every shift is a battle. And luckily or fortunately, I think we deserved over the 6 periods to get to Coventry in the end.
I think as well the decision in the first period, I think it was, you know, losing Blaz so early in the game, right or wrong call, that'll be debatable for a long time. But at the end of the day, we did lose him, you know, on that penalty. It's now been downgraded, which means he'll play next Saturday. But that was a big loss because straight away you're shuffling around again, aren't you? Yeah,
I mean it's an import, and Blaz's quality. I mean he's one of these players that everyone appreciates and respects what he does, but until you play with him, he's a quality player. But yeah, it's tough, but we had to adjust. We've got a good team chemistry in there, and we had to battle on through, and everyone pulled together, and that's what you got to do when you're a man down.
Got to be great to have him in Coventry, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's great. I mean, it was a tough call because from where I was, it looked like it was a shoulder-to-shoulder collision, and one guy just came off worse off, but it might be different. I haven't seen any replays of it, but yeah, it's great to have Blaz back. He's a vital part of the team, as every player is.
I've got to comment one note, because obviously tonight this was the last night Lightning play, for maybe a year and a bit, or at least a season. You go up to Coventry next season whilst the rink's refurbished. Coming out tonight, I mean, that's the first time in probably 10 years of Lightning going. Is actually brought goosebumps to me. It was amazing, that atmosphere, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's for myself personally. I usually, you hear noise, but you can't actually hear what's going on. But tonight, you couldn't help but hear what was going on around you. It was coming out in warm up. Even in warm up, it was loud. And when you know it's loud in warm up, you know it's going to be even louder for the game. So it really did help when we pulled us all together, and we had to do it for ourselves, but for the fans as well.
And you saw how much it meant to the guys, all of you, when that goal went in, 8 seconds into overtime, the puck bubbles along the line, and Carl's just there to poke it in. And you can see what it meant to you. You've been saying all season, all of you, that Coventry was your aim, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I mean, we have 3 aims at the start, or most years. Every year I've been here, Pooley sat us down, and the aims are finish in the top 4, get to Coventry and win trophies. We finish in the top 4, we're at Coventry. All we've got to do now is win a trophy to top off the year.
You got tough opposition as well, not taken away from them. They've got the double at the moment. They're going to be looking for that treble the first time since Peterborough did it a few years ago. Flames are going to be tough to stop, aren't they? But having said that, you guys have got something to prove after the defeat down there a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, the last game we played against them, we didn't turn up, and that's one of the, I'd say maybe 2 games this year when we haven't actually, put 100%. We put the effort in, but we weren't switched on together. That'll be in our minds. We want to get revenge for that. But also 2 years ago, we lost in the final to them. We owe them one in Coventry, and if we all pull together and have a good week of practice, I'm very confident going into the weekend.
Yeah, because you can definitely beat them, can't you? You proved that going through the season.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can. We know we can. The following that we'll have in Coventry will be huge, as it always is. and that's only going to help us. But yeah, we'll be going in that game very confident, and hopefully we'll be in the final on Sunday.
I think there'll be a few Lightning fans that are a bit cagey about maybe not buying playoff tickets up until this weekend, and now sitting there thinking, right, how the hell do I get tickets for next weekend?
Yeah, it's going to be. Hopefully there'll be even more fans going out now we made it, because obviously some people will hold off, want us to be there and what have you. But hopefully even more get down there, and it'd be awesome to hear them all there cheering us along on Saturday.
Well, you can hear in the background the guys are obviously walking into the bar. The bar is absolutely rammed. There's a party atmosphere going on there. But to be fair, you're going to enjoy it tonight, obviously. But tomorrow and certainly on Tuesday, the hard work starts again, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I mean, we'll probably have a couple of beers together tonight, but this is where it's just starting again now. We've got to focus on the weekend. We'll be back skating on Tuesday. Make sure we get a good sweat in on Tuesday, and then Thursday, same again, and then the weekend will be round before you know it. So back to work again.
Brilliant. Well, Michael, thanks for talking to us. I know you want to get in the bar and join the guys and enjoy the party atmosphere. Brilliant game tonight, well played, and best of luck in Coventry next week. And 2 games, and that's it, isn't it?
Yeah, perfect. I mean, 2 games, win 2 games, you win a trophy, and that's tops our season off and makes it a good year, I think, and a good send-off for the last game in this rink.
Brilliant. Thanks, Michael. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
If you hadn't shaved your head, you wouldn't have a lot of hair left down, would you?
I don't know. I think I've taken about 10 years off my life this weekend, but it's all worth it. Just to get to Coventry is a massive achievement for us as a team, and we've ticked off 2 of our 3 objectives of the season now. Top 4 finish, get into Coventry, 1 more to go now, and that's winning some silverware.
Guess what the other one is, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. Win some silverware, and we've got the hat trick. So 2 games to go. We're at the dance, so we've just got to make sure that we get the job done now.
I was talking to Michael Farn a little while ago. Guildford are your opposition at 3 o'clock next Saturday. The early game, which providing you can get through that, you get a bit more of a rest, obviously. You've beaten them in the league before. The last time you met, obviously, by your own admission, you probably didn't turn up, and you owe them one, really, don't you?
I wouldn't say we owe them one. I mean, to be fair, we've done all right against Guildford this year. The last game was not good enough. And if you read what I've written in the programme after that game, or if anyone had spoke to me after that game, which lots of people did, that was the first thing I said. We weren't good enough, and we were poor in lots of areas of the game. But that's all water under the bridge now, and all we've got to look forward to is one 60-minute game against Guildford, and we've showed we can beat them. And if I was Guildford, I'd be more worried about us. They're league champions. They've got it all to lose. We're, the top 4 have qualified tonight. So as it goes, we're the underdogs. We're the 4th place team that maybe fly under the radar a little bit, and we fear no one. We're going to go in there and we're going to do our best, and we're going to try our very, very hardest to make sure we're in the final on Sunday.
And that's the thing, isn't it? You said obviously top 4 have qualified. As you would probably expect out of that group of 4. But to win any trophy, you've got to beat the best teams, haven't you? As you go through there, and there's going to be no easy games next weekend at all.
No, exactly. And anyone who's ever won anything in any sport will tell you it's hard. It's not easy, or there'd be no point in having league tables and playoff trophies and competitions. If it was easy, you might as well just go down a trophy shop and buy a trophy and stick it on your mantelpiece. But we've got to beat everyone. So you've got the best 4 teams in the league going head to head over one weekend. Like, what could be better than that? It's going to be unbelievable.
It's going to be an awesome weekend, and obviously, every team says their supporters are the best in the league, and with perfect right, every team's entitled to think that, obviously. But there's always an edge with Coventry when the Lightning fans are there, just gets a little bit more colourful, gets a little bit louder, and there's a bit more of a carnival atmosphere. And with Lightning being there, there's going to be a hell of a lot of people there next week.
There is, and this is the first time I've experienced it from that side of the fence. I've sat in the stands and I've watched Lightning win trophies. I went last year as a neutral, and to be honest, if we hadn't made it, I wouldn't be going this year, because I hated every second of it. But I don't really care what anyone else says. We have got the best fans in the league, and if anyone was in Slough yesterday and tried to argue that point, they'd be an idiot, because we have got the best fans in the league. And I said to the boys before the game tonight, don't make this the last time this season that we hear those fans, because we owe them to have a team to cheer for in Coventry and not just sit there as neutrals all weekend. And the boys came through, and yourself and all the other spectators next weekend have got something to cheer for, and we'll do our very best to make sure we're in the final on Sunday and win that trophy.
That atmosphere tonight when you came out on the ice, even during warm-up, was absolutely electric. I mean, there were people in the Thunderdome tonight that haven't been to a game for one reason or another, moved away or, taken up different things, had families. And there were people there tonight who hadn't been in the Thunderdome for, I would say, 5 or 6 years. People that old friends were meeting up, and this was the whole purpose, to give this old building, this classic old building, an absolutely great send-off and make sure that you guys got to Coventry.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why this is such an emotional night. It's, the reasons are twofold. Like you said, we wanted to get to Coventry more than anything. Like all them boys in the room, and if you'd seen the way we've battled and fought and blocked shots and like took the body and took hits to make plays and dived in front of pucks all weekend, all those guys wanted to do was get to Coventry. Myself, Nick, Vito, even the bench stuff dude, Karen, Bussy, all those guys that support us all year. All we wanted to do was get to Coventry. But like for myself and Nick, like that was awful tonight. Like just standing there, you can't do anything. Like, but we just wanted to. We're there now, and that's all all we can ask for. And the boys have come through this weekend. They have been absolutely fantastic all weekend. Every single one of them. There's not one player in that team that's took a shift off all weekend, and that's what's got us through. But this place.
Well, you've effectively, with hockey with you, you're a classic example of you've grown up with this building, haven't you?
Yeah, exactly. I was 8 years old the first time I walked in here. My nan and granddad brought me to a game because they used to watch hockey when they were younger in London, and they brought me to a game. And the first time I walked in here, I was like, "This is it for me." I've played football, I've played rugby, I've done everything, every sport at school and whatever. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, "That's what I want to do." And 23 years is a long time, and this place is falling apart. It needs improvement, but this is what we know, and this is what we love.
It's got heart, hasn't it? It's got a heart, and it's got its own soul.
And if you speak to someone from somewhere like Romford or the Isle of Wight or Invicta or something like that, they'll tell you they love their rink as well. They're awful. They make our place look like a palace, but you love your rink. You love everything about it, even though you moan when the showers are cold on a Tuesday night. You moan that the ice isn't great on a Tuesday night, or the boards are a little bit dodgy. But, if it wasn't for this place, my life would have been completely different. And I'm going to miss it, but it will still be here, and it's going to be a lot better when it reopens. So that's the thing to look forward to.
Going on to tonight's game, one thing, not for 1 minute should we take any credit away from Slough, because they battled hard all last night, and they certainly came out and battled tonight, and let's face it, they gave quite a few people a bit of a scare, and it just kept going. But in the last period or so, last 20 minutes, it was quite cagey, wasn't it? You were level, it was a case of you wanted to win the game, but at the same time you didn't want to lose it.
Yeah, well, I mean, the way the scoreline went kind of probably changed the mindsets a little bit. We always knew we had to score a goal to win a game, and that didn't change, but it became like a 20-minute game, and then nothing happened, and then it became like a 5-minute game, and 8 seconds into that the game was over. And when Kazi got that puck at the end, and he had that little battle on the blue line, I think with Gomanyuk, I actually knew he was going to score, and Paulie said the same thing. Like, that's the first time all night that I was relaxed. I just thought Kazi's going to score. Captain's goal, big player, big moment, big game. He's going to put that in, and it seemed like, I don't know if it seemed like that to you guys, but it seemed like it took forever for the light to come on.
I mean, 8 seconds. I'm sure the puck crossed the line 1 second in. It just took the other 7 seconds for the light to come on to realise. I'm sure it did.
Yeah, and it just seemed like I was like, and then the light came on, and that was that. And we're going to Coventry.
You just mentioned Kazi there, big game, big player, and we've spoken before about the fact that Adam Carr is probably one of the most understated forwards, Brit forwards in this country, bar none. He's got his just desserts because he's earned the preliminary squad GB call up this week, and that's thoroughly deserved as well. You couldn't have anyone better leading Lightning to Coventry next weekend, could you?
Adam Carr is the best two-way British centreman in the league. I don't care. You can show me Tony Hand, you can show me David Longstaff, you can show me who you want. Adam Carr's the best. And I don't like blowing smoke up people's behinds if it's not justified, but he is the inspiration, he's the heartbeat of this team. He's our captain for a reason. He's a leader. He leads us on the ice, he leads us off the ice, and he's going to lead us to Coventry next weekend. And
not forgetting, he loves Coventry. He scored a hat-trick in a final before now, so at Coventry. So Coventry is Adam Carr's stage.
Hey, every rink's Adam Carr's stage. Look at some of the goals he scored this year. Big games, 1 goal down with a few minutes to go. it tied game, penalty shots in the shootout, overtime goals. That's what he does. He leads us. He might not score a hat-trick every game, but when we need a goal, he's got the C on his shirt for a reason, and he'll step up and he'll get us one.
Don't think anybody disagree with that. Last, we'll just want to talk about Blas Emisic. He's the penalty's been downgraded. He plays next Saturday. That was crucial. Forget the reasons behind the call and everything else, but having Blas back in a shirt next week, absolutely crucial.
Yeah, like Paulie said to the boys after the game, he said, we dealt with everything that's thrown at us, and Paulie said they threw our Rolls Royce out, in the first period, and that's what he is. He does everything well, and he is a massive part of this team. But it just shows the strength in depth and the strength in character of the rest of the guys that we came through the rest of the game, and we won it because Blas is, first name on the team sheet, but the boys just pulled together, every single one of us. We all stuck together. We were a tight unit in the room, on the bench, and that's what got the job done.
Definitely saw what it meant to absolutely everybody when that goal went in, and to you guys as well. And I want to thank you very much, first of all, coming up and chatting to us. I know you want to get in a bar, enjoy the moment with the guys, but as from Tuesday, the hard work starts again, doesn't it?
Hard work starts again. But you know what? This time of year is a fun time of year, and I've tweeted about it. I've put it on Facebook, and I've spoken to people about it. This is what hockey players live for. And then I don't play anymore. I coach now, but September, October, November, I love hockey, but whatever. Easy come, easy go. But April, playoffs, this is hockey now.
Good stuff. Well, Cliff, see you next week in Saturday. I know you've got a tough week ahead of you now, for all of you. Yeah. But I know come 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon, drop of the puck, you guys are going to be ready for Guildford.
I give you my guarantee we'll be ready for Guildford on Saturday.
Well, many, many thanks as always to, first of all, Michael Farn and to Lewis Clifford for coming up to chat to us after the game. I know they're going to enjoy their evening tonight before they buckle down to the hard work getting ready for Coventry in that Flames game at 3 o'clock at the Sky Dome next week. If you haven't got any tickets, of course, the best thing to do is contact the Sky Dome Direct, see if they can help you out there. If you have got tickets, get there early. It's going to be absolutely packed. One thing you can be sure of, Lightning fans, Lightning are going to Coventry this year. Absolutely fantastic. And we also want to give credit, of course, to Slough Jets and also their fans as well for applauding the guys off the ice this evening. Don't forget, next weekend as well, Hawaiian style in Coventry. Hopefully you've got your Hawaiian kit already sorted. If you haven't, you've just got a few days to go out and get that. But for the meantime, that's pretty much all we've got time for on Lightning TV. You'll see us during the close season. We'll pop up every now and again with various announcements and bits of news as we head off, of course, and get ready to move up to Coventry, and also give you news of the rink refurbishment as well. But for now, what I want to do, obviously tonight was the last game for Milton Keynes Lightning in the rink as it looks now after 10 years or 11 years of Milton Keynes Lightning. What we wanted to do was pay tribute to the old building. I want to say thank you to all the Planet Ice staff who will still be here after the refurb as well. But what I wanted to do was leave you with a few memories of the Thunderdome at Milton Keynes. Thank you. Take care.
Fifty together.